New York City is stepping up security ahead of tomorrow's New York Marathon. The annual event attracts spectators and runners from around the world. As Wendy Gillette reports, the added protection comes just days after Tuesday's terrorist attack in Manhattan.
The Dando family is enjoying Manhattan before Kyle Dando runs the New York City Marathon Sunday. They arrived Thursday night, 2 days after an alleged terrorist who said he was inspired by ISIS drove a pickup truck into bicyclists, killing 8 people and injuring 11 others. Was there any consideration to pull out when you heard about that terror attack?
No consideration at all. No, I'm locked and loaded and ready to go.
Others are a bit more uneasy, like New Yorker Diane Malcolm.
I've been apprehensive about running the marathon, but I also realize that I can't let it stop me.
The NYPD is deploying extra canine units, undercover officers, and snipers for the internationally renowned race.
The city is also adding additional sand trucks and vehicles to block intersections, more than any other previous event held in New York City.
State and federal law enforcement will lend a hand to help keep the more than 50,000 runners and as many as 2.5 million spectators safe.
You'll have thousands of officers on duty this weekend, but I want to stress this is just a precautionary measure.
Race organizers say there's been no spike in cancellations for this year's marathon. They're urging those who attend to remove their headphones, put down their cell phones, and remain aware of their surroundings. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
The New York City Marathon has only been canceled once in its 47-year history. That happened 5 years ago in 2012 following Superstorm Sandy. Well, a man has been arrested and charged with assaulting and injuring U.S. Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky. Kentucky State Police say Paul suffered a minor injury when 59-year-old Rene Boucher assaulted him at his Warren County home on Friday afternoon. No word on the severity of the injury, but in a statement, a Paul spokesperson said the Republican senator is fine and that Paul was blindsided by the assault. Boucher is charged with 4th-degree assault with a minor injury. Well, it's a race of endurance promising to put anyone's athletic ability to the test. The Spartan Race is happening this weekend. The annual event draws more than 8,000 participants. It's 12.6 miles filled with 31 obstacles meant to challenge endurance, ability, and athleticism. Competitors will jump through fire, crawl under barbed wire, and even scale walls. Athletes range from bodybuilders to wounded warriors to couch potatoes. There's also a course for kids to run. The idea is to get people up and moving.
So we believe that everybody should be fit, and we think it's very important to start at a young age and to kind of build up that confidence very early, get people sure of themselves and more in tune with their body.
All power to them. Well, this is the 5th year for the event in South Carolina, but it's the first time in Spartanburg. The competition will continue on Sunday. Winners get cash prizes. Well, take a look at this talented elephant. This is Sandra, and she loves to paint. She's part of a traveling circus, and today her abstract paintings were auctioned off for charity in Hungary. 3 of them with lines that look like rivers went for $150 each. One that artist believed depicted herself went for about $900. The elephant's owner says Sandra paints for pleasure, unlike many elephants from Thailand that are thought to be forced to paint.
All right, well, we had a lot of clouds at times today, also a little sunshine, so temperatures were a lot cooler than they were yesterday, but still not bad for this time of the year with mid-70s across the upstate and temperatures stopping in the 60s in the mountains. Well, tonight, looking for cool temperatures, not terribly cold, and there's enough moisture in the air to where fog is going to be forming. We're already finding some very low cloud cover. The ceiling is down to about 500 feet in eastern parts of our viewing area. We expect the clouds to continue to lower until some of them are on the ground as some fog later on tonight going into tomorrow morning. That will burn off. I think we'll see some sunny breaks during the day tomorrow, so it's going to be about as warm as it was today. And then we have another big cool down on the way for the middle of next week. That next front will arrive by Wednesday. Across the western Carolinas tonight, a little bit in the way of high cloud cover. The low clouds don't show up as well in the infrared satellite picture, but the rain does, and we had some showers over southern parts of our viewing area this afternoon. It was really concentrated from the Lakelands into the Midlands, but it all has gone away, and in most cases we're looking at very quiet weather. And again, with that moisture in the air and light winds, that's going to help some fog to be able to form. Now, a wider view shows that it's pretty quiet all across the southeastern U.S. We do have a little rain falling near the metro Atlanta area. Some of that shower activity is pushing eastward, but it's not going to be able to hold on to reach our area. So we're not looking for much more as far as the rain is concerned. Could see an isolated shower up near the North Carolina, South Carolina line. Otherwise, I think things are going to stay dry, just murky out there with some fog in some areas getting into tomorrow morning. Otherwise, a cloudy start to the day in general. A warm and dry afternoon. We'll expect the better chance of rain to be over the eastern part of Tennessee, and then we'll be tracking a front. Monday morning, we'll start out dry, some clouds around, and also cool temperatures, and that front is going to be over the eastern part of Tennessee. At that point, should be producing some showers and maybe a couple of thunderstorms too. As it moves into North Carolina, a lot of the rain falls apart. So we'll expect mostly dry conditions, especially across the upstate. We may see a little bit of shower activity or thunderstorm action in the mountains getting into Monday afternoon, but I think it's going to be very widely scattered at best. And then we'll expect that bigger cold front to arrive by Wednesday, and that's what's going to usher in some much cooler air. We're talking highs in the 50s across the upstate. Right now, many of us are almost there at 60 degrees in Asheville, also 60 in Spartanburg. Gaffney is down to 58. Lawrence at 63, and Anderson's temperature at 65. Winds pretty light area wide, mainly out of the northeast, less than 10 miles per hour. Calm conditions reported in Rutherfordton, Elberton, and also Franklin. A virtual skycast for Spartanburg as we fly into the cloud cover. Again, the temperature right now at 60 degrees. Readings won't change too much from where they are right now. So in the morning, we'll start out around 57. Could be some patchy fog around, otherwise a cloudy start to the day, but some sunny breaks in the afternoon and a high in the lower 70s. And over into Asheville, into tomorrow morning, we'll start out around 54, 62 degrees by noon, and we'll look for a high temperature near 66. Here's your forecast for the next 72 hours. Again, about as warm as we were today, lower to mid 70s in general, mainly because we're going to start out pretty mild for this time of the year. Into Monday, that's going to be our warmest day. Rain chances increase on Tuesday, so not quite as warm. 73, though, is still above average for this time of the year. And then there's the cooler weather. 58 degrees for Wednesday, also a high of 58 into Thursday. There's your mountain forecast. Down to 54 for tonight, 66 tomorrow. Chance of showers and thunderstorms next few days, and then much cooler weather arrives for Wednesday as well, with highs in the lower to mid 50s. So it's going to feel like fall once again after kind of getting out of the, the mode of the really chilly air.
Oh,
it's
I know.
Warm today.
Today, I was like all rainy and dreary in the morning. Then as soon as I was starting to come into work, the sun wanted to appear.
I know. It always happens that way, right? Right as you go into work, the weather just turns out nice.
It's better. But I'm looking forward to Monday because I'm holding on to summer as much as I can.
There you go. Warm day.
But fall is coming. Thank you, Christy. Well, coming up in sports, Clemson found itself in another shootout with NC State this afternoon. Can the Tigers prevail again? And the Gamecocks put up a fight in Athens, but can they knock off the top dog? Pete's in for Todd with that and more just ahead.